What's going on, guys? Taking us here. We're here with the new game called Dead in Vinland. Now, if you were with the channel last year, you would see I played a game called Dead in Bermuda. This is the second game in that series from the same people. Completely different though. With completely different characters, setting, just a completely remapped or reamped game. But let's jump into this and let you guys see what it's all about. New game. Slot 2. Tech gaming. Do tutorial. We're gonna do survival. There's 3 difficulties. Easy, technically survival, and extreme conditions. Where that's gonna be a pain. That's for true challenge if you can beat the other mode. And then there's true Viking. You get no checkpoints. Let's jump in.
I've always had simple needs. A roof. A family. A peaceful life. But, like the skalds sing, you can't always get what you want. And what the gods gave me was fire and steel.
Kill the bastard!
They screamed. Luckily, we were warned in time. I can't forget the tears of my beloved Bloodwed when they burned down our house. Our memories. I yelled, "Drop these bags and row if you want to live." We barely escaped on a stolen boat, with no map and no destination. They didn't bother to follow us. No turning back. We were exiled. This is how our miserable journey began. We drifted for days. Depressed, hungry, lost. We thought we had reached the end of the world. When the gods sent us the most terrible storm, our fate was decided. Death, oblivion. Then, we saw it, coming out of nowhere. Salvation? Or Loki's dirty tricks? The gods are playing with us. But I just know that we must survive.
And that's how it starts out. Yeah, this time you're Vikings. There's actual combat in this game. Freaking amazing. A family exiled from home for reasons they cannot fathom. A longboat lost in a storm. An island from map unknown. Wind, waves, and thunder. The boat torn asunder. Eric, Ludwig, Kari, Mora, where are you? We're here, honey. We're fine. Odin be praised. The All-Father hasn't completely abandoned us, it seems. I wouldn't have bet on it considering the last turn of events. Kyrie, are you alright, my child? Yeah, Mom. I'm great. Our helm burned. Nahor's best storm. And our asses, and Dad's perfect landing on the sharp rocks of an unknown island. A perfect day. Should we scold her, joke with her, or comfort her? Can we joke with her, ease the tension? In our misery, we can be thankful that we didn't get Nahor's rod up our asses. Believe me, honey. Yeah, gross. I'm gonna throw up. Dropped your depression by 5. Increase the relationship by 5. Yeah, well, that's cute and all. But what do we do now? Do you have an idea where we are, Eirik? No, we drift far to the west over many days to the end of the world as we know it. Never heard of an island that far to the west. I don't think any Norseman ever went here. Dun, dun, dun. We should explore the vicinity and see if we can find someone that could help us. I hope that someone doesn't turn out to be a frost giant or worse. We'll see. The family, still disoriented by the shipwreck, started to look around. They decided to walk away from the sad remains of their ship and explore the wood. The forest was as silent as themselves. The atmosphere was getting tense when... Look! Over there! A truck! Kyrie rushed to take the path and the others followed. They continued like this for almost an hour when they finally found the end of the path, outside the forest. A wooden shack just here? Doesn't seem to be inhabited though. Well, it's ours now. What do we do now? There's no hope of turning back to our home. Only fire and steel await us there. So we must start a new life here. Maybe a land of new possibilities for us as long as we stick together. Ooh, 10 relationship. Plus 5 relationship. Thankful to Frigg to be able to endure this hardship with my husband, my dear sister, and my daughter. 5 plus, 5 plus, 5 plus. Without my family, I wouldn't have the will to fight and live. We're here for you, sister, always. But I still hope this cursed island is inhabited. Time will be very long if it's just the 4 of us. And we'll need husbands if we want to repopulate the island. Right, Carrie? Why did I go Irish? No way, ever. You can stay in bed with your dirty dreams. I'm going to explore this island and make it mine. Listen, everyone, now is not the time for jokes. We still have plenty to do if we want to survive. We still have enough potable water for a few days if we ration ourselves, but we can't rely on that. Found 2 big barrels that we can use as containers for our water. Don't forget, don't drink water coming from the rivers before boiling it. You'd be sick to death. So that means we need to build a fire. Quickly. I only have 1 fire mushroom left. Here, take it. Which is now our tinder in the game. Good. We'll need to build a lot of things if we want to settle here. I'll set up a workshop with a few tools where we can work quietly. We'll need resources: wood, stone, ropes. We can scavenge wood from our ship for now. We still had a bit of food left on it too. We should go fetch it. Yes, but it won't last long. We mustn't rely on that too much. I looked around, found some things we could use. Check it out. 15 wood, 5 rope, 2 stone. Good job, Kyrie. We should explore the surroundings some more. We may find food, resources, and whatnot. And beasts. And traps. I agree that we should explore, but be careful, we don't know what to expect. Dot, dot, dot. Let's start working on this camp. We have plenty to do. Now the tutorial. Dead in Vinland is a turn-based game, so you can always take your time to think. Each day is divided into 3 phases: morning and afternoon, during which your characters can perform various tasks on the camp. And the night when they discuss, eat, drink, and rest a little before the next day. Your most critical resources are your fire and your water. Always keep an eye on their level. Click on this button to access the water and fire management. Right now the fire is completely off. You can light the fire using 5 wood and 1 tinder. Once lit, you need only to feed some wood when its intensity decreases. Be careful though, without fire the family won't hold for long. And tinder is pretty scarce. So let's do that. They also can't survive drinking non-potable water, so it needs to be purified into potable water by boiling it. Notice the decrease of fire intensity in the process. These will definitely require some fine-tuned management. Now is the time to assign some tasks to your characters. There are still some supplies left in your shipwreck. Someone should take care of scavenging it. All the characters can be accessed from the sidebar, and you just need to be dragged and dropped into an activity slot in the camp. For now, drag Mora and drop her into the search slot, where she has terrible skill. Great, we'll later see how to execute all the assigned tasks once everyone has something to do. Someone should take care of fetching some water. Drag Boldwed and drop her into the fetch water slot. Definitely need to upgrade your camp to be able to decently live here. The workshop enables the crafting activity and contains many ways to improve your camp. You can build new activity stations, also upgrade existing ones. Assign Eirik to the craft slot. Some stations have additional options available, accessible by clicking on the station. Remember to look for these, especially when a new station has just been built. Click on the workshop and choose a crafting. Wood is a pretty basic resource, useful to keep the fire blazing and craft some more things. It's probably a good idea to build a lumber camp as soon as possible. Takes 5 wood and 5 rope. The workshop is currently damaged, which is indicated by the color within the hammer icon on the station's HUD. Click here to have a global view of the camp condition and be able to repair the stations. Every station, apart from shipwreck and expedition camp, deteriorate a bit every night, and every time they are being used by some characters. Lower condition means lower efficiency, so be sure to repair them frequently to keep them at maximum output. Okay, didn't do too much, but I mean it's up. Last but not least, exploration. Remember, the family just arrived on an unknown island. Who knows what they will find? Resources, dangers, maybe even people. Assign Kyrie to the explorer slot. Finally, all the characters have something to do. You just need to let the time flow and observe the outcome of each activity. So this part's the same. 2 phases and then end of day. 4 wood, 2 rope. 1 a fabric, 3 raw fish, 6 fish bait. Chocolate ointment, that's new. Ointments are new. Pretty big spikes. There goes all our rope pretty much. Dang it, that's gonna take another phase. That'll take a lot of fatigue, that's good. That takes 0.5 drinkable water. New area. Looks like I already just finished exploring a new area of the island. Let's have a look at what's there using the map. Click on the newly discovered area marked with a red exclamation mark to open it. Look at the size of this frickin' map. Big ass map. Every area contains exactly one thing you can interact with. Find it and click on it to display all the available actions. Most of these can only be used a fixed amount of times. Example 2. The red ones indicate that you won't be able to do any other action afterwards. Please note that performing these actions won't affect the time of the day, so you can do as many as you wish. You can also choose to keep some for later. So that's the thing we can look at. We'll come back to it. Some items are usable, which means they can be used instantly on any character. Those are very helpful in keeping them up and running, so you should definitely remember to use them. You can access the Use Item pop-up via the sidebar, or by clicking directly on a character. Bam. Try using an item on the character who needs it the most, or because you have a personal preference. It's up to you, after all. In order to manage properly the family's well-being and efficiency, the most valuable asset is the character sheet. We can find all the pieces of information you need about each character. You can access the character sheet via the sidebar or by clicking directly on the character. That's that example. The health of the character is composed of 5 distinct parts. If any of these goes all the way to 100%, the character dies. If one of the 4 family members dies, the game is over, so we can't lose any of the family members. And there's a lot more traits to keep track of. Well, not traits, but skills. Every character has different strength expressed by their skills. Skills will increase over time when being used. I see they also have traits now. Every task on the camp is associated to a skill, and a character with a higher skill will yield better results. You should now be able to play on the next phase on your own. Leaving the characters to their current tasks or swap them around, depending on their skills and needs. Use items, repair stations, etc. Once everything seems fine, just click on the next button to end the phase. Okay, let's see. So she's got better scavenging so she can get more water. Probably stay there, because right now we need water. Good rule of thumb is to have 4 total water at the end of the day, 1 for each person. She's not good at scavenging, but screw it, let's look at everyone's skills. She's got 17 scavenging. She's got 37. But what's this girl's exploration? 29 to 51. Yeah. Yeah, he's only got 7 scavenging, so he's not doing that. So everyone's staying where they are. And her skill just went up, sweet. 3 more wood. 3 more rope. 1 more fabric. It's not a lot, but it's 6 arrows. Fatigue spiked up again. Her depression's really going up already. Yay, improved his crafting skill. Lumber camp. You finished crafting something. Lumber camp. The island is covered in a beautiful forest, so finding trees is not a problem, but cutting trees and bringing them back to camp is. Enables wood cutting activity for 1 character. There we be. Upped his fatigue some more. She got 3.25 more water. Just another 0.5. Another new area. Another area. Wow. The sun is fading. Time for the family to make the final arrangements before the night, during which they will chat, drink some water, eat a bit, and sleep. There's nothing set in stone, but a good rule of thumb is to have some food. Approximately 1 potable water per person. So it's a good idea. And be sure that the fire intensity is high enough so that it won't die down during their sleep. Just click on the end day button when everything is taken care of. Let's go check the areas we just got. Inordinate copper. And dirty clothes. Okay, for this, I want you guys to decide what you think I should do. Open it carefully, open by force, or check surroundings. And this one, do you think I should take the wood? Just the wood, or search for loot around the shipment? Let's end the day. Okay, that's enough for today. Come on, everyone. It's time to grab a bite and try to sleep a little. You can start without me. I want to consolidate the shelter some more. You shouldn't overdo it, Eric. The shadows are already dancing with us. No, really. I can. I must do it. It's my fault if you... Not again, Eric! We already discussed that topic. You don't have to take the blame alone for what is happening to us. Uh-oh. Dot, dot, dot. But you heard like me, honey. The men that burned our home were after me. They screamed to kill the bastard. I'm the bastard. It's my burden to bear alone. Ugh. Why did they call you that? That's a story I'd like to hear. If we weren't close to dying from starvation, of course. We should make traps. Forts must be full of tiny meat on legs. And full of big dangers. I'd prefer you'd stay here with me. There's plenty to do at the camp. In her head. Ugh, in your dreams, Mom. Yeah, yeah. She is a teenager. Okay, we have some axes, we have some bags. We're good to cut trees in the forest from now on. I'll let you take care of that. I don't have the muscle for it. You can help too, Moira. You must strengthen your body. You're too weak. I'm the sister who got the mind and you got the muscle. Sisterly conflict. And I got both! Ha! You sure do, child. Cutting trees is tiresome, but hauling them back to camp, even more so. Anyone can help, but don't overdo it if you're too tired. You just end up hurting yourself. I just want to remind everyone that wood is our main resource for crafting and for keeping our fire. So we shouldn't overlook keeping a steady supply of wood. Well, part 2. Share the water. Every night the characters will most likely be dehydrated. The more potable water you give them, the more likely they will rehydrate. Staying dehydrated means penalties, and the dehydration will worsen after the next day. If they reach dehydrated 4 and are still not rehydrated that night, they will die. Drag and drop their allocated ratio on each of them, and finally click on the next button. So these are the percent you can give them. Let's just go with the guaranteed no upping of the dehydration. They also need to split whatever edible stuff they have. Different fruits have different effects. Most of the food is perishable, so a good part of it will rot before the end of the night. You might be better off getting the most value of it right now. Drag and drop food on each of them until satisfied and proceed to the end of the night by clicking on the next button. We have raw fish. Takes 8 to 12 hunger away. Gives 0 to 2 sickness. Has a 2% chance to cause nausea. And if we don't use it, it has 20 to 50% chance it will go wrong. So let's just do that. Night effects. That's new. Their fatigue used to not go down in the other one. It's actually nice. More realistic. And there's actually a weather system now. Today's weather's sunny. No upcoming night effects. Night effects, they will lose 18 to 9 fatigue. Will lose 30 to 20% with fire. So I think this is where we take it on our own from here. Choose a crafting plan. And we have that. Make a rest area. We don't have enough fabric. So let's bring him over here. It's a nice system. You'll have to drag him from screen to screen. Leave her over here. She should be fine to continue that. And let's just move on. We're off by 1 fabric. Ooh, meat. Meat's good. Meat is the num-nums. Healing plants. Substitution up. Level up. Fatigue. Courage up. Depression up. Oh, she's already halfway to max. Scavenging up. Plus 3 non-potable water. Strength up. Fatigue's going up slow, that's nice. Plus 5 wood. Only 9 fatigue. And only 3 depression. And we have the meadow unlocked. Kyrie returns home, running as if she saw a ghost in the forest. Mom! Dad! Everyone! Someone! There's someone! A small group of armed men enters the camp. Eirik and Bloodwed step up, raising their arms in sign of peace. Wolves at the door. A huge muscular man walks in front of the group, a giant axe in his hand. 3 skulls are hanging from his leather belt. Should Eirik speak up? Bloodwed? Kyrie? Or Mara? Let's have the man do it. Viking times. Welcome, stranger. We come in peace. Our ship wrecked on the shore a few days ago. Courage up 5. You talk like a woman, wimp. Uh-oh. Say welcome to my axe, coward! As he says these words, he swings his axe with fury, wounding a surprised Eirik. Then everyone charges into battle. Oh, Jesus. We're gonna send her in. Keep her out. Prepare to fight. Fights are turn-based. Characters have an initiative value determined the turn order. Same initiative equals random order. You can check the turn order at the top of the screen as refreshed at the beginning of each turn. About your health. Your characters have 2 health bars. Lost gray hearts above 10 HP won't have any lasting consequences on them, but each red heart, 10 to 0 HP lost, will result in more injury and chances to get a wound. Battle skills. Each skill requires its character to be in a given row to be used. They can easily switch between melee and range rows by using the move skill. But beware that one can't be considered in the range row if there isn't anyone in the melee one. Each skill requires a fixed amount of action points to be used. Those APs are refilled every turn. Skills can apply various effects, mostly buffs and debuffs. Also notice that everyone has a chance to resist negative effects. You can always end your turn early to get 1 extra AP for the next turn. The character must have at least 1 AP left to do so. So now we're in control. She's an archer, so let's step her back. And take a shot at Knife Boy here. Oh, that was a hit. That was a lot of damage. In turn. Okay, so as long as those 2 have gray, they're not going to take any lasting damage. So let's bolt charging. Target on the melee row. Accuracy 80%, 1 to 3 damage, 8% critical. The effect moves to front, but he also gets to attack, so let's do it. And swing and a miss. Yeah, boy, Eirik making me proud already. Let's go with this one. There we go, there's a hit. And he gets a buff. Okay, we're gonna move her up. We're also going to use Turtle Strike. 1 3 damage, but it gives damage resistance 1 to herself. And we missed that too. Strong start. Penetrate wall, any ally in any row. Dodge 25, critical resistance 10%. Let's put it on Perry here. Plunderer's turn. Insult. Axe throw. Okay, that did quite a bit. Okay, let's see. We have arrows 2 to 3, all enemies in a row. Let's go for a sniper shot to this guy. He out of here. Dodge 40%, effects resist 35%. Why not? Because we can't attack again. Sorry about that. End turn, save a skill point. All enemies in the melee row, 2 to 4. Let's just do the normal. 3 damage. Can't do anything else. All allies in the current row gets 15 accuracy and 7 critical. Let's go. Goes for the insult again. The insult gives us -1 to damage resistance. And he took 4 damage. Ouch. Any enemy in any row. 2 to 3 damage. Takes 1 AP from them. Dart! And Turtle Bash. And he did. Alec is for wounded. Or Irek, sorry. The whole family fights valiantly until the giant man enters the fray with a loud, terrifying laugh. And now the slaughter! He yells. Ooh, let's keep him out because he's already injured. Stun and repel. Oh my. And dead. And she did. And we take a shot. And he dodges. Go into defensive stance. And she's gone too. We just got our butts kicked. Injured. Injured. How is that hell's door? Freaking broke her jaw. The giant man is covered in blood, sweat, and tears, his eyes twitching frantically. Har har har! See you as your master, huh? Frickin' weaklings. I'm Bayhorn Head Cleaver, fools. And everything's on that island is mine. So you are mine. I'm not sure what that word is. I'll explain just once. Cause me don't like the talking. So keep your ears open. You will live. Until I decide you're of no use to me. Then your tiny freaking heads will add to my collection. Every 7 moons, one of my stupid underlings will come. Y'all pay him tribute, understood? You bet, already lagging behind. I want 10 wood in 5 days. If I'm not happy with what I receive, you may live another week. Oh, if I'm happy with what I receive. Or maybe not. Understood, dimwits? Your life's mine. And no way out. Only for the valleys of hell. Ha! And the last piece of advice. There are men of mine patrolling the woods. They'll attack you on sight. Can't help it. They must pay tribute too. So it's him, or yeah. Farewell, peasants. If we meet again, believe me, it won't be a good sign for your stupid head. And then they left. Irek, Bluehead, Kyrie, and Mora didn't dare move for a while, even after Bayhorn and his men were out of sight. After checking if everyone was more or less fine, they silently returned to their task. Was it shame? Or pain? No one was in the mood to talk about what happened. That's not good. Well, guys, that's going to do it for the first episode of Dead in Vinland. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like the video. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Later, guys.